and it was an issue. It was a ground floor flat. The upstairs flat had a wet room that had been installed not that long before, and whilst the upstairs resident was away shopping or something, there was I think it was a push fit connector that failed, and then there was all this water gushing down into the bathroom of the flat below. Luckily, a lot of it was already going into the bath, but some of it wasn't. Some of it was going outside the bath, but what they didn't know was some of it was going down inside the stud wall, behind the tiles.
So you wouldn't see that with a mobile phone and a camera.
You wouldn't see that. And then what happened was the structure of the property was such that there was iron J beams, so it was structured timber, and it was iron J beams, and there was like loft insulation that was underneath the floor. So it was
water's never going to disperse from that.
Well,
once
exactly.
It's like
that's
where
it was soaking. So all the water, unbeknown to everybody, was going down behind the tiled wall and underneath into that loft insulation.
So what could start out as being some redecoration and possibly a new plasterboard ceiling and a few other bits, before you know it, how far did you strip that property back?
Well, because of the fact it was left so long, the flooring was all rotting because all that moisture was sitting trapped inside that loft insulation. All of the timber flooring was rotting and it collapsed. And the only thing that was keeping some of it up was the fact that the vinyl floor covering in the bathroom was actually celastic to the skirting board. And the toilet was sort of leaning over. There was a lot of rust inside, like on the radiator, etc., next to the toilet and the bath, because it was a steel bath. And there was all this brown residue coming, sitting on the tile grout. And the loss adjuster just took photos and said to the guy, well, the rust on your radiator is because your young lad's probably been weeing on the radiator, and that's what's caused that.
Yeah.
And all of this residue that you can see on your tiles, that's because you failure of sealant and grout. It's poor maintenance.
Yeah.
But what had happened was, it wasn't the fact that they hadn't maintained the grout and the shower water was penetrating that way into the wall. Yeah. It was because it was all coming out.
Absorbing through.
It was all coming the other way. And so when we actually found the extent of the damage, it started off that we had half of the length of the property. We had to remove all of that flooring